Hello students, welcome to online biology class. Today we are going to cover day 1 of chapter 3. Every day you will be attending the online class and you will be doing the homework for that day. Make sure that you have your textbook and notebook all the times while you are attending the online class. For any queries, you will be having a synchronized session where you can clarify your doubts and you can have interaction. Children, let us look today the next class. In the previous classes, students, we have learned in the chapter nutrition that all the organisms, they require nutrients. Yes, all the organisms, they require nutrients. And these nutrients are actually, what is nutrition? We have seen nutrition is nothing but procurement of food material is called as, or procurement of nutrients is called as nutrition. Now this food material is being taken, this food material is being broken down into smaller parts. These smaller parts of nutrients, that may be either glucose or either amino acids or fatty acids, whatever it is. These nutrients are being supplied to the cells, and similarly, that means as soon as the cell is being made available with the nutrients, oxygen is being diffused, which is being carried, oxygen which is being carried by respiration, this is being diffused into the cells. Now inside the cells, these nutrients are undergoing the process of oxidation, right children? Because of nutrition, the nutrients are being made available to the cells, and because of respiration, the gas, oxygen is being available to the cells. Now inside the cells, these nutrients are being oxidized, and as a result, energy is being produced. We have studied this about as in the form of cellular respiration in the second chapter. And because of this energy itself, we are able to undergo all the metabolic activities. Metabolism, that includes catabolic activities or anabolic activities. That may be breakdown or makeup. Whatever it is, we require energy. So this energy is useful for our survival. This is what we have studied. Now here the nutrients, they should be made available to the cells. How these nutrients are being made available to the cells? As before I have told you, the nutrients may be anything. That may be glucose, that may be amino acids, or else that may be fatty acids. But we know that the chief component or the chief nutrient for the cells is glucose. Now even oxygen is being diffused. Now how this oxygen is being diffused? Right, so that is being carried down because of one more life process. So let me announce, for today's topic is transportation, the circulatory system. So that means with the help of this life process, which is called as transportation, nutrients are being made available to the cells, and oxygen is also being made available to the cells. So now like this, nutrients are being transported and oxygen is also being transported. In the last class itself, I have told you, oxygen and nutrients, they are being present in the blood, but nutrients cannot be oxidized in the blood. The main reason because it is not a single step chemical reaction. So it undergoes in a series of steps. Now for each and every steps, what it is, some of the enzymes are required, and these enzymes are not available in the blood. So therefore the main aim of this transportation or circulatory system is bringing or carrying the nutrients from one place to another place, and similarly the gases from one place to another place. It doesn't have any role with degeneration or any other things. Just it is transporting from one place to another place, just like the RTC services, how they help us moving from one place to another place. The same way, this transportation or circulatory system, it helps in the movement of these nutrients or gases from one part of the body to all over the body. Now, as a result of this what it is called cellular respiration, energy is not only being produced, right? We have studied, right, during this process, oxygen is being carried down to carbon dioxide, right? Now, this carbon dioxide should be expelled throughout body. Already we have discussed how this carbon dioxide is being expelled from our body in the life process, which is called as respiration. Now, along with this carbon dioxide, many other nitrogenous waste material is also being produced. Now, these nitrogenous waste materials also should be removed from the cells. If these nitrogenous waste materials are not being removed time to time from the cells, these nitrogenous waste material, they interrupt with the metabolic activities. So, when they are interrupting with our metabolic activities, the energy producing system is going to be slowed down, and generally we are going to be weak, and finally we are going to meet our death. So therefore, time to time this nitrogenous waste material should be get rid from our body. And definitely you people know that kidneys are the excretory organs. That means what? Kidneys, they remove this nitrogenous waste material. That means from these cells, this nitrogenous waste material should be supplied to the kidneys. Now, how they are being supplied to the kidneys? These are also being supplied to the kidneys because of the same system, that is nothing but the transportation. So, I hope you have understood the main objective of this chapter, transportation, is nothing but getting the requirements for the cells, similarly removing or getting rid of the waste materials what are being produced in the cells. You can look after the useful substances like nutrients as well as oxygen is brought or made available to the cells because of transportation. So that is nothing but the blood absorbs, right? In the first unit, so which is nothing but nutrition, we have seen that villi is being supplied with a large number of blood vessels. Now the nutrients are being absorbed into this blood. Now these blood supplies the nutrients to all the parts of the body. And in the last respiration, you have studied that oxygen is being diffused from alveoli into the blood, and from alveoli, that is into the blood, and from blood it is being transported to all the cells or tissues. The same way, after this oxidation process, the waste materials are also being transported, nitrogenous wastes are also being transported into the blood, and from the blood they are being supplied to the kidneys, and where they are being removed from our body. And we have seen how this carbon dioxide is once again diffused into the blood, and how this is being carried to the lungs, and from the lungs how it is being removed from our body. So like this, transportation plays a very important role. It doesn't only supply this nutrients, oxygen, the nitrogenous waste material. It also helps in transportation of the drugs, the medicines, whatever we take to the site of action. The hormones which are being produced at one particular place, they are being taken to the target site. That is nothing but the action site through this blood itself. Like this, blood has got a number of activities to perform in our body. That is nothing but fully we can say transportation or circulatory system. Like all organisms, they require nutrients, they require gases, they require liquids. Now, because of the help of these nutrients, gases and liquids, the organisms, they grow and they maintain their body. Maintenance of the body is nothing but during day-to-day activities. So few of our cells, they may be damaged, they may be destroyed. Once again, they should be repaired and brought under the normal condition. So all these things are being brought because of the nutrients, the gases, the liquids. Now that may be unicellular organisms or that may be multicellular organisms. These materials are required for their growth and maintenance. Now, if it is the best example of unicellular organism, we are studying from your 7th class onwards, which is nothing but amoeba. In case of amoeba, this transportation or circulation is being taken down within the cells. Right? So, it need not to go away from the cells. Why? Because it is unicellular. It is only one cell. The transportation will be done only within the cell because of the cytoplasmic movements. Whereas in case of multicellular organisms, when more than one cell it is being present, so these substances should be transported to longer distances, right? From to each and every cell it should be transported. You know that our small intestine, the food we are taking is from mouth. The food where it is being broken down is in our small intestine. From small intestine, the nutrient should be taken to each and every cells of the body. Longer distances it should be transported. And you know, oxygen it is diffused at our lungs, alveoli, and from there it should be diffused to each and every cell. So that means it should be transported to longer distances in case of multicellular organisms. And in your 9th standard, you have studied that. So these multicellular organisms, they may be of lower organisms or they may be of higher animals. That means what? Highly developed organisms. In case of lower organisms, if I take about Hydra, which belongs to Cnidaria, or in all these lower organisms, simple diffusion or osmosis process is enough for their transportation. You know, diffusion is nothing but the process of movement of molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. If this is the amoeba, let you consider, and if this is the food material, let you consider, this is present in more concentration in outside region and it is entering into the inside region of the cell. So this movement of from higher concentration to lower concentration is diffusion. And you know osmosis, right? Osmosis is nothing but movement of solvent from higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. So that is called as osmosis. So like this, so these two processes are enough to supply these nutrients, gases and liquids to each and every part of the body of the organisms. But in case of higher animals, right? This should be supplied to very longer distances. Now, if you take about some of the plants, there will be some 100 feet tall they are going to be present. This material should be transported to the upper parts or upper tip of the shoot region also it should be transported. For all these reasons, so that means what they need to transport to the longer distances. So therefore, a special system is being evolved in these organisms, and that system is called as circulatory system. And majorly, if we take about the circulatory system of these higher animals, it includes three things. One, it is called as the heart, and the second part we are going to call it as blood vessels, and then the third part we can call it as blood. Right? So heart, blood vessels and blood, these are the three parts of the circulatory system. Just before I was saying you that in case of lower organisms, diffusion and osmosis is more than enough to supply to each and every corner of the organism body. But this cannot be done. So therefore only in case of higher organisms or higher animals, circulatory system is being evolved. Now in this present topic, we are going to go through how this circulatory system is functioning in these higher animals. Before going in detail about the circulatory system, that is about the heart, blood vessels and blood, so let us study few of the general things. I hope children, have you ever went near the doctor? Yes, I hope you have consulted the doctor oftenly when you feel sick. As soon as you go to the doctor, what do doctor do? Right? He asks you, what are your symptoms? Along with that, he takes your wrist, isn't it? And he starts palpating your wrist and he starts counting something. Have you ever observed this? Yes. Right? Yes, I hope you have observed this. Now, what is this doctor trying to do? This doctor is trying to count your heartbeat. What is this doctor trying to do? Doctor is trying to count your heartbeat. Now, so heart is located here. I hope everyone of you know that. But heartbeat is being taken from here. Now, what is the reason behind this? Now, let us try to understand this. Now, so just try to take your index finger, your middle finger. So try to hold your wrist, right? Then, so try to palpate in this region. Try to palpate in this region. So when you are palpating here, you can find the rhythmic contraction and relaxation. Something is moving up and down, right? And what is moving up? The blood vessels which are being present, they start moving up and down. This is called as pulse. What do we call this one as? This is called as pulse. So now for 1 minute, what you are going to take the count, that is called as pulse rate. Called as pulse rate. Pulse rate is indirectly we are measuring the beat of the heart. The contraction and relaxation of the heart, right? The heartbeat is being indicated with the wavy-like movement of our blood vessels. The small jerky movements what are being present below the skin, that gives as pulse rate, the indirect heartbeat. Now, so let us try to make. Look, I have taken here a small base, right? You can best thing you can take your shirt button. You can take a what we can call a toothpick, right? So, or any matchstick. Then you need to insert into that, and you need to make your wrist straight, right? And so as you are going to make the wrist straight, you can look. So as wrist is being made straight, so I am going to place this stethoscope, right? This is called as a button stethoscope. This stethoscope is being placed on the wrist. You can see the movement of the toothpick, right? So how this toothpick is being moved? Because of the jerky movements of the blood vessels. Now, number of movements what this toothpick is being done, these are being counted, and that gives as the indirect heartbeat, right? So this is how heartbeat is being done with the help of matchstick stethoscope or button stethoscope. Clear? The next step. So actually, in the early days, right, in 1816, the first stethoscope was being discovered by René Lennart. Before this stethoscope was being invented, most of the people they used to take bamboo stick, and with the help of bamboo stick contains a hollow inside. And with the help of bamboo stick, so doctors they used to listen the heartbeat of the patients. Now the same way, first René Lennart, he has constructed his stethoscope. This stethoscope is going to be, it is nothing but a cardboard sheet or a paper. So a tough paper which is hardly 10 inches long in its length and 1 inch long in its diameter. Now, so what René Lennart he has done, he has took the shoulder, and just below the shoulder, one end of this tube is being placed onto the chest, which is near to the heart, and the other end is being listened. So this way. So how to counter the number of heartbeats, whatever we can listen. So like this, for 1 minute, the heartbeat is being counted, and this heartbeat is being taken and considered. And the number of heartbeats, right? So I told you pulse rate is an indirect measurement of the heartbeat. So when we are going to take pulse beat, right? A pulse rate and heartbeat, when we are going to plot a graph, you can look after. So pulse rate bar is being represented like this, and heartbeat bar is being represented like this. A histogram is being represented like this in the form of a graph. You can find pulse rate and heartbeat are one and the same. So therefore, what we can say, pulse rate and heartbeat is same. So, and this whatever it is being taken, that is being compared to the child. And this heartbeat and pulse rate will be different for the different age groups. You can look after in the newborn children, 0 to 3 months, there is that number of heartbeat per minute, it will be 100 to 150. Whereas in infants, so from 3 to 6 months, this will be 90 to 120 minutes. 120 beats per minute. And in infants, 6 to 12 months, it is 80 to 120. So almost infant group we are going to go. And the children who are 1 to 10 years old, so there will be 70 to 130 beats per minute. And so in other age groups, that means what, children who are about 10 years, the senior citizens, the adults, all of them, their heartbeat rate ranges from 60 to 100 times per minute. And in well-trained athletes, this pulse rate or heartbeat will be slow. Why? Because they have studied, so they train to undergo what it is anaerobic respiration. So therefore the heartbeat will be 40 to 60 times per minute in. So like this, the heartbeat is going to be different in different age groups. And when you are at normal resting time, this is nothing but at the rest when it is being taken. Suppose if you start doing some of the exercises, strenuous work, if you jog, if you walk, if you dance, then you can definitely see your heartbeat is going to be increased. So like this, so heartbeat is something, right, which is related for our transportation. So in upcoming classes, we will see how heartbeat is going to be in relation with what it is called as your circulation. We are going to look into the next upcoming classes. Children, for today you don't have any homework, right? Happy learning. Thank you.